Hi guys, I'm Mario Frato and this is Making the Case. I was going to make a video on something else this week, but because of something that recently happened to me, I thought this was an important topic, so I want to discuss it. I recently had a friend, actually last night, message me on social media and tell me we could no longer be friends and that I wouldn't be allowed around them anymore because I was a Trump supporter. Now, this is somebody that I considered a good friend. Obviously, I realized we weren't such good friends at this point, but we were friends for 15 years almost. We went to school together, and it was somebody I was pretty close to. I talked to on a regular basis. Now, I know that's not just happening with people with friends. I've heard horrible stories about children no longer speaking to their parents and all sorts of stuff like that. So it's something really sad, and we don't really see that too much on the opposite side. At least I haven't. I don't really know of anybody who's a conservative who's cut off a friend because they voted for Obama or they voted for Hillary. They just chalk it up to differing opinions and let it go. But this seems to be something that cuts a little deeper for some people, and it causes them to act totally out of character, and in this case, eliminate friends and family members from their lives. With children and their parents, I guess it's a little easier to understand because their brains aren't fully developed yet and they're easily manipulated by Hollywood and social media. But with adults, this is really something different and it's kind of hard to explain. But the best way I can explain it is that they have a hard time having their views challenged, and it's very difficult for them to make a rational argument using logic, and they're purely driven by emotion, it seems. So when they can't make an argument or they can't prove a point, they can't show you why you're wrong about something substantively, they make it personal and they end up saying you're racist or you're a bigot or some sort of name they can call you to basically end the discussion because they can't prove a point. So this is kind of like when you were little kids and somebody was losing a game, a video game, they might turn it off, or the saying to take your toys and go home. That's what a lot of liberals do, that rather than engage in an actual debate or discussion of issues or policies, they just resort to name calling, and then that way they can end the conversation because they didn't really have much to say. I think a big part of this is today's society where you can't really have winners and losers anymore, and children are being taught the mentality if you had fun, you won. So rather than lose the battle of ideas, people tend to just withdraw completely from the conversation. It seems like most Democrats and liberals would just prefer a one-party system where their views can't be challenged. They're actually offended by the fact that we could even choose somebody like Donald Trump or his policies. They'd rather live in a world where anything that's offensive to them isn't allowed to be said, and political correctness basically rules every scenario. Now, I can't say all liberals and Democrats because I do have some friends who are true liberals that will engage in a substantive conversation, but for the most part, it degenerates into personal attacks on me or the president, and they really can't use logic to form a point or any reasoning at all. I truly believe that the fight for truth and logic over politically correct, emotionally driven agendas is the battle of our lifetime. And if we lose that battle, we're going to lose our country. Guys, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, share, and stay tuned for more. Thanks, guys.